Yo, what is going on, Raiders? The boss is back. You might have recognized that I'm having a different intro today, which I didn't do. This one is actually created by Kosovo Arts, who made that fan intro for me, and I just wanted to acknowledge his work. And besides of the fact that my name got spelled wrong, only with 2 Z's instead of 3, I think this intro is awesome. Alright, that being said, unfortunately I had no chance yet to welcome you in the new year 2017. I hope you all had a great start, and I'm super excited for this year because I'm expecting some great updates coming out, and hopefully we'll see a couple of them in the first quarter of this year. But that of course depends on the guys from Game Insight. To prepare you though already for all the great stuff, I'm doing a giveaway today for you guys, but we're gonna talk about that in the end of this video, so make sure to stay tuned because before that we're gonna do some awesome Gauntlet attacks, so to speak part 2 of Gauntlet vs Stronghold 10, which I uploaded around 1 year ago. So the squad I'm using is a combination of 4 gauntlets, who are our front line, then 12 cannoneers for the major damage against everything inside of the base, 2 healers for healing as the name already says, and the rest are archers to destroy some buildings standing on the outside of the base. Furthermore, we're gonna use some clan troops, which are mostly marauders, to trigger the traps in the base. Then barrel wise, we're gonna take 3 healing barrels, which are used primarily on our cannoneers, and 3 berserk barrels to get our troops in rage mode. So now there are only 3 things missing. First, Nature's Blessing. I'm not gonna use today the 5-star one, I only got 1 of them left and I really want to save it for one super special video in the future. Then our second buff will be of course the Dwarf Saboteurs. I think everyone knows what it does, and as the last buff we're gonna use something which is becoming pretty rare in the game, which is the Gore X with 2 stars. It'll add 8% damage, health and speed to my troops, and obviously my troops are now super strong, but in my opinion there's no better way to start into the new year than with a full power attack, and that's why we're gonna use additionally 1 battle spell in each of the battles. In my battle belt then you can see which one we're gonna take with us, and we're starting off with the Gravity Battery, then the Diamond Prison, and then finally we're gonna use the Summoning Boss Potion. Alright, so that was a longer intro than usual, but now let's get into our first battle. Alright, first enemy will be Alexandra with the first Stronghold 10 of the day, and we're gonna start off from the bottom with only 1 Gauntlet to destroy those buildings in front of the walls. One thing I need to mention, I took some bombastics with me instead of some more archers, so that we can blow entrances into the base, which you'll see in a second. The other Gauntlet will then take care of the tower standing more on the right side, while the first one turns to the left. Now that the bottom is cleared out, we can simply send our remaining gauntlets into the center, and I actually plan to support them with the healers. However, they turn to the right, but that shouldn't be a huge problem since we got so many buffs activated that we can make some mistakes and still win the fight. Now we're ready to send in some more marauders and cannoneers, drop the berserk barrel on that bunch of troops, and finally we also use our Gravity Battery to slow down all the troops, and it appears to me that this battle spell is quite effective against dragon towers as it halves their attacking damage. So with them going down, the strongest defensive buildings are gone, and now we can enjoy seeing the Gauntlet doing work on all the still standing buildings, while we have 3 of them on the left side of the map and 1 of them on the right side. I assume we wasted here a Gravity Battery. That result should have been doable as well without it. However, we're gonna see overpowered attacks in this video like my title already suggests, and moreover it's a lot of fun doing attacks with the Gauntlet, although this troop combination is definitely not the strongest one. So from my perspective, the Gauntlet is my favorite troop type inside of the game, and if I could speak out a wish, then it would be that the Gauntlet gets stronger and way more useful within the next updates. Right now we can see that the cannoneers and 1 Gauntlet are doing some last damage on the gold bunker, and by destroying it we're getting here our 3rd star and also our first victory of this video. Next player's stronghold is from the clan Russia Winners, and this type of a base is one of the easiest to attack with the Gauntlet because everything is standing very closely together, and actually no walls protect the buildings once we get through their first lane. That means the Gauntlet can walk simply from building to building and can punch it down with 1 or 2 hits before he moves on to the next one. Then we are also gonna use the Diamond Prison here, and it'll be very interesting to see when all of our troops duplicate for 15 seconds. So now that we got our first troops inside of the base, that means we can follow up with the rest of our troops, and just before they split up, we're gonna throw the Berserk Barrel in, and we also prepare to use the Diamond Prison in a few seconds to maximize the effect of each of those, and now this becomes ridiculous. Just wait for the moment when the troops start to spread inside of the base, and it actually looks as if we got here 4 extra gauntlets and dozens of cannoneers making their way now through the base and bringing us very quickly the first 2 stars. However, when the diamond prism effect expires, it looks quite pathetic, because 1 second earlier we had so many troops and now there are only a few left, which we can count on the fingers of our hands. But still, we got 2 gauntlets left here, who shouldn't have a greater issue to take out the rest of the defensive buildings. Unfortunately, our cannoneers died here, so it'll take a little bit longer to take out the rest of the buildings, and that's exactly what the problem is with the gauntlets. They don't really cover our strong troops, because they don't go directly for the towers, for example, like the marauders are doing. So that's why they don't go for the center, which they actually should do, and rather go for the outside to destroy also resource buildings, and that's why the cannoneers can be taken out quite easily, since the towers can shoot at them better. And then finally the 2 gauntlets can take out the cloud silo, giving us 100% damage against this player. Alright, let's get into the last battle against someone from Scottish Underdog with over 700,000 gold, where we're gonna use the summoning boss potion, and this kind of a base is actually one of the hardest to attack with the Gauntlet if you don't enter this base with a clear strategy. Like I said in the previous battle, gauntlets like it very much to move on the outside of the base rather than moving towards the stronghold, but with a little preparation we can still make sure that we cover our cannoneers. To make that happen, we need to destroy a couple of buildings at the bottom like the goat drill and the training ground, and to do that we'll use some marauders from my clan to take the tower damage and some archers to destroy those buildings. As you can see, now the gauntlets can only attack the towers and move further into the center for the reason that no buildings are left, which could let them move on the outside when we let them attack that goat drill with almost no health left. We start off first with just 2 gauntlets and 2 healers because we're gonna see in which direction they're moving, so that we can place the other 2 in a way that they don't group up and all walk together. Also, we have now used the summoning boss potion and got Blackjack Jr. The only thing he's good for is taking tower damage, but still with him we got 1 more troop in the battle, which maybe helps us a little. Alright, now we're set up and we're deploying now all of our remaining units, and I'll try to spread them out so that we can take out as many towers already in the early stages of the battle. Since our cannoneers move to the right, I deployed my marauders a little ahead of them to take the attention of the towers on them, while the cannoneers can do a massive amount of damage as they are still under the effect of the berserk barrier. And now we got here 2 gauntlets in the center and also Blackjack Jr., which is exactly what I wanted to achieve. That means we blow up first the buildings around the stronghold, and afterwards we can focus on the towers without getting through all layers of walls, which obviously would have used up a lot of time. However, now we can see how weak this so-called boss is. Take a look at how long he's taking for that cloud silo. I guess even in a full fight he barely would have finished off that one. Therefore this guy is more a tanky unit which is supposed to take up damage, and in that task he doesn't perform that bad, I have to admit that. Alright, things look pretty good here, we're almost done with this fight, and once again let's have a look at the power of the Gauntlet. The one on the top left just needs 2 jabs, and that's why I think he's a fun troop to play with, besides of the fact that he's looking pretty cool on level 3. Overall, the use of the summoning boss potion was not necessary in this fight, but when I say overpowered attacks in the title, you see overpowered attacks in this video. And now that training ground will go down as well, which ends this fight with the 3rd star. So to wrap it up, the Gauntlet is an awesome troop to experiment with, and against easier bases we can succeed with him, but if we consider the amount of buffs and items used in every fight, he's still got a long way to go until he becomes a unit I would take into a serious battle against the strongest bases. Anyways, I promised you a giveaway, so let me talk you through 2 simple steps to participate. So this time I tried to give as many people at least some diamonds, so I'm having a limit of 4,000 diamonds this time, and I could give away the whole amount to 1 person, but because I want to give you a higher chance of winning, 20 people will get 200 diamonds each. Of course that giveaway is only for my subscribers, so you need to have subscribed, which is the first thing to participate, and then write a comment on this video with 2 parts. First, mention your in-game name so that I can transfer the diamonds to you, and then write down for what you want to use or need the diamonds, for example for getting another builder or just to speed up troops and so on. You will have 1 week to participate, and the winners will be announced on my Facebook page immediately afterwards. If you don't want to miss that, make sure to check it out. The link is in the description. Alright, this is the end of this video, and recently I've developed an anti-dragon base where I had a couple of intense fights with some players, about 3000 Valor. When you want to check it out now, click on this thumbnail. Other than that, the next video will come after the 20th January, because I'm currently once again very busy with university, but then I'm fully back to bring you some more content. This is it from me, have a great day, peace out.